How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to break down the 2026 Six Nations schedule that has just been released. And there's been a big change. So first up, before I continue and break this down, please like and subscribe. A vast majority of people that watch my videos are not subscribed. So if you guys are enjoying the content, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's break it down. So first up, big news. This will be the first ever Six Nations where the opening day is actually going to be held on a Thursday instead of a Friday, which is a really big change because, as we all know, it's Fridays to build up into the Saturday and a Sunday, but they are going to be changing that. This year. So the opening day is going to be played Thursday, February 5th. Kickoff is going to be 8:10, and it is going to be France versus Ireland, the game that decided pretty much everything in the last Six Nations. That is how we are going to be starting, and then we are going to end up finishing off on Sunday, the 22nd of February, with France versus Italy. So it's going to be an interesting play. Obviously, it's going to be weird having the opening day on a Thursday, but again, it's just a day. This is big monument for rugby. But one of the big implications of them changing this, instead of having 2 fallow weeks, we are only going to have 1. Now, some might say, oh, yes, brilliant. Honestly, as a spectator, it is amazing. That way we don't need to wait another 2 weeks until the end, until we get another game and so on. But when you think of it from a player's point of view, it's not necessarily that nice, because fallow weeks do help players recover. It helps players, get back into their mindset, helps players get back with the training, and helps them build with the team, because you got to think they are only with this team for a very short amount of time. So trying to bond with everyone, build with everyone, and it's not necessarily easy. It's like that school playground thing where where you have the new kid come on the block and everything's awkward, and there aren't necessarily major relationships that are made between all of these players. So it's very much a learning experience, and having that extra time without the pressure of the game sometimes really does help players mold, blend in with each other, and help getting things just that little bit smoother, get that extra time on the training ground, preparing the tactics, watching footage of other teams, and preparing for your next opponent. But now, this fallow week, it's been changed from 2 to 1. So there's going to be less rest on the players. We probably will end up seeing more rotation between the players as well. But again, ultimately, as a fan, as a spectator, amazing. It will be absolutely amazing. I really can't complain. But otherwise, pretty much every other game is going to run as normal. Saturday, Sunday kickoffs, and yeah, this is going to be interesting to see how things play out, because could we see another France demolition? England, they have some serious players. Having players like George Furbank going to be ready. Hopefully, he's going to be fully fit, not injured. Faye Waboso was such a big miss for England. Honestly, I do feel England could have come up with such a stronger hit with Faye Waboso. So, I mean, just imagine you have the likes of, as an example, with the back row, Alex Mitchell, and then you have your Finn Smith, then you have Tommy Freeman, you have Faye Waboso, you potentially have George Furbank, you have Tom Pearson, and then you're thinking like, wow, this is gonna be, a ridiculous back line. Majority of them are Saints, but then you have the likes of like George Ford's, then you have your Jack Van Poortvliet, you have Freddie Stewart, Marcus Smith. I mean, the list bloody just goes on. Ollie Lawrence. These are all players that are just absolutely phenomenal and you can make such a ridiculous squad out of. We could potentially see some serious players coming in with some serious form. Henry Pollock as well, being an absolute monster that he is. Tom Curry. These are all players that we could potentially see coming into next year's Six Nations and dominate. Plus, I think having Maro Itoje not only as captain, I feel he did a brilliant job as captain in the Six Nations. He's going to get that extra experience at a highest level and serious conditions as the British and Irish Lions captain, and then potentially leading England out for the Six Nations 2026. I think this is going to be big. I think this is going to be big, and I think this is going to be a big year for England rugby. If everybody's fit, everybody's ready, ridiculous talent on the bench. We saw how they ended up playing as well. Star-studded squads. I think this is a year. This will be a year that England can actually fully, properly compete for the Six Nations and be potentially named there as a potential winner. Because going into the 2025 one, it was pretty much France and Ireland, and then it was who is going to finish behind France and Ireland, right? I think England's going to be there. I think they're going to be there. They're going to be ready, and it's going to be magic. I honestly think it is going to be magic. But just as England are then preparing, we do have an Ireland squad, which is again just getting better. Prendergast is coming with more experience. And then you look at France, more than likely Antoine Dupont's going to be back and he's going to be ready. He's going to be fit. And then you're going to have BLBI with more experience, probably more speed. He's probably going to end up being stronger. He's going to be smarter. This guy's like the bloody Terminator and he's constantly learning. We are going to be seeing just elite level players that are just popping out of bloody nowhere. Even Echegaray, he's going to be phenomenal. More than likely, he's going to get more play time. Damien Penaud is finally going to break his, every single bloody record he can get his hands on. Not only that, you've got Mofana, Barassi, the list bloody goes on. So it's going to be a very interesting 2026. And what a way to start it off. What a way to start it off. That's going to be a very interesting game to start off the year. But I can't wait. The moment I saw the moment I saw the fixtures released, I was excited. I really was excited by what could potentially happen. But guys, let me know what you guys think. Who is your favorite to win? And what do you think about the Fallow Weeks? Let me know in the comment section below. Catch you guys later. Bye.